So I've been combing out my dreadlocks. I have decided to take a career change. I'm no longer going to be the owner of a business, which is something that I've been doing for the past 15 years. Life is just going to be different for me, but I think it's going to be in a good way because I think I need a change. I think I need to do something for myself because my parents are the ones who originally started the business that I currently have, and I have to rely on them or on my husband to be able to go and do the festivals that I do. Which, not to say that they aren't reliable, it's just that I want to be able to do something for myself without having to rely on anybody else. I'm still going to do 3 spring festivals starting in a month. I'll have one in March, April, and May. So I'm working on product for that. And then I plan on probably getting a part-time job and maybe doing some door dashing and things like that. I don't know. Life's just going to be different. I'm about to be 38 years old, and I think I'm going through some changes. I don't have any children, but I can tell that my mental health, maybe my hormones, I'm not sure, things irritate me a lot more, and I just seem a lot more angry about things, and I do not like the way that it feels. I also do not go to doctors or things like that. So, I mean, unless, of course, I absolutely have to. But I'm going to try natural things for trying to keep myself in balance hormonally. And I'm just trying to relax. I feel like my anxiety disorder has exacerbated over the past 3 months, but also, you know, being self-employed and in the Arts and Crafts Festival. Ziggy, this way. I have 3 months of downtime between my winter festival and my first spring festival, and that can be stressful, especially when I feel like I'm just not a contributing member to society. I'm not doing anything except living on the funds that I made over the fall and winter festival season in order to make it to the spring festival season, to do that again where I'm dry in the summertime. I don't have festivals, and it's not sustainable for me in that way. I've enjoyed being an artist for the past 15 years, lucratively. I mean, for me anyway, I've lived a comfortable lifestyle that I choose. We built our own house. It might not be the house of everybody's dreams, but it's paid for. I have vehicles that are paid for. I have land that is paid for, and I'm focusing on gardening and feeding the birds and things like that. So we'll see what happens once I make my move at the end of May to start something new. Of course, I haven't been very good about writing journal entries every single day. Maybe it will be just easier for me to document the things that I've been thinking and my feelings like this on the fly, whenever I feel like it, instead of writing and recording random things and reading over those recordings. I don't know. I might just make a mixture of both. I don't know. It feels like I need to document this time in my life for some reason. I just have a feeling, and I'm a big feeler, so I try to listen to myself in the way that I feel logically as much as possible. I know those two things don't usually coincide, feelings and logic, but that's where I'm at today. I took a day off because my shoulder has been hurting me really bad. I've been using the miter saw a lot and pulling down that handle. It's almost up too high for me, being 5'2", pushing it. I kind of have to put my whole body into it to pull the handle down. But tonight I'm going to DoorDash in my small town and see if I can make a little bit of money. I made some money last weekend doing it, and I enjoy it. I get to take my little dog with me, and my husband comes with me, and so that's where we're at on that. And I've been getting my garden plot ready now. I filled up those raised beds. Well, I've only filled up one raised bed with soil so far. I have quite a trek from where my soil is to these raised beds, and they are pretty much on clay, so it's very muddy and slippery. We planted these apple trees this past fall in September on our wedding anniversary, and they have little buds on them, so they lived through the winter. I don't know if you can see it. So that's good. And then I've been bringing our compost and sawdust mixture, and I'm starting to make a walking path, and Ziggy's on it now, for our garden to help with all the mud, because as you can see, it is extremely muddy. It stays wet with the clay, which I'm going to amend these little areas like this. I want to plant some things there. I'm going to make a plot here and then another one over there. Ziggy, come here. He hears the garbage man. And then I'm trying to level up the raised beds. I got this one leveled, and I need to add probably another 2 cubic foot bag of soil. Ziggy, what are you doing, you silly boy? But that's where I'm at in my gardening. Ziggy, what are you doing in my garden bed? You silly boy. You gonna dig it for me? You gonna dig it? There ain't no chipmunks in there. This is my little area. Of course, Ziggy's gonna walk around on it. That's where I sowed some forget-me-nots. I sowed some dahlia tubers, and this is where I'm going to have, hopefully my potatoes will be coming up. I just took some rain barrels and cut them in half because they were old anyway. Filled them up with soil and compost and lots of leaf litter. I also started some seeds. Oh, and I've got sprouts. Look at that. Marigolds. That's fun. I planted 2 bleeding heart tubers in here with my azalea bushes, which I planted this fall. I planted these azalea bushes this fall, and then I planted some bleeding hearts here and here. So we'll see if they come up. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe it'll be pretty. I can't wait. I can't wait for flowers to start blooming and everything to turn green. Oh, there's one of the bleeding heart tubers coming up now. Can take all these weeds. I gotta start pulling the weeds, but that's definitely the tuber. Awesome. And then I also sprinkled some lettuce seeds in this old wash tub, and they have sprouted. You can see them. I'll have to thin them out as they get bigger. And then these green onions were just from green onions that I had used and had just the bottom part with the roots on it, and I stuck them in the soil and they've popped back up. So that's pretty cool. I propagated some ivy and it has rooted, and I cut off the babies from my spider plant and transplanted those. I got another bird feeder and put up my birdhouse. My poor husband, this is how far he has to walk the garbage can from the end of our driveway He's way over there with our border collie. And then he walks all the way around the bend here. It's far off. I'm thinking about planting bamboo along the creek edge because it stays really wet down there, and I think bamboo would be awesome. It would also be a good privacy fence. Ziggy, he always makes me laugh. This little boy is so silly. So that's where I'm at now, and what we are doing on this beautiful early February day. It's like in the 70s, and I'm loving it. The cold weather is coming again next week, but I'm going to soak up this sunshine today and DoorDash tonight. So, all right, until next time.